Hi Taurus, this is Kat at Peace Tarot, and I'm doing a reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus today. Today is November 9th, 2025. I'm going to be laying down a Celtic Cross using Colette Baron Reed's The Good Tarot. I like these tarot cards. You can see the back cover of them here. Because these aren't about warnings, they're not about forecasts, but positive affirmations that you can use right now, um, immediately and personally. So that's what I'm using today. If any of you are interested in looking those up, they're very beautiful cards. Now, I'm excited about doing this video because I've been watching readers for a long time, and I've been learning about tarot for probably the last 8 to 10 years. And I've had my channel on, but I didn't feel that I needed to get on channel unless I was called to by spirit. I do a lot of meditation, I do a lot of personal readings, but I don't do personal readings online. This is for in my local community. So I've been thinking a lot about some of the times that I listen to a reading and I have a totally different explanation for how the cards lay out. And I'm going to call this higher tarot. This is for adults who are in their senior years. This particular reading, it may resonate with others, but I see things that I've experienced that maybe other people have not yet because they're younger. And I'm curious on how this is going to play out today. So I'm asking Spirit, as always, to use me as an empty vessel to receive messages that are for our highest good, our highest vibration, and our best life. And this is for now, not a forecast. This is something, a positive affirmation about what is going on in your life at this time. So if this resonates, consider subscribing. I'm going to be doing versions of higher tarot for senior citizens and then my regular tarot for those that are a little bit younger and maybe haven't experienced some of the things that older adults, 60 to 65 and older, have experienced. And we'll see how this plays out. This is going to be a love reading for Tauruses, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let me start by saying that I'll be celebrating my 49th wedding anniversary, November 23rd, and I have experienced so much ups and downs in love with this partnership. And I'd like to share some of those thoughts. I'm not perfect. Some of you may have not had the patience that I've had to deal with some of the problems. Call me ridiculous, I don't know. I love my husband, but there's times where he drove me absolutely crazy. So let's see how this plays out. There were times where I thought about leaving, but I'm so happy that I stayed. There are things that happened in our lives that I feel like we're getting a second chance on love. Okay, so the main energy today we're going to talk to is the Six of Pentacles, crossed by the Nine of Air, which is the Nine of Swords. At the root is the High Priestess. What's on your mind at the crown? The Page of Earth, the Messenger of Earth. Past energy, strength. Future energy as you move forward, the Fortune's Wheel, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, right away I see we have Leo energy, strength, major arcana, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. The Sixth of Earth, the Sixth of Pentacles, giving and receiving. I'm going to tell you that what I'm getting with this card is being able to give and receive love. I feel as a Taurus sun that a lot of times we stress out about whether we are giving our loved ones the best of ourselves. whether we are overgiving or we should allow the other person to, in our partnerships, no matter what kind of partnership you have, allowing the other person in our life to do what's necessary for themselves. We have a tendency, I'm seeing with this 9 of air for this group of Tauruses that's maybe resonating with, there's trying to find that balance between what's your intuition and what's your stress that you're experiencing with the 9 of air. I feel you've found the strength now. There is a new beginning. This is a second chance in love. I feel like we have gone through a long process here, possibly the last decade, of if you are partnershiped with someone and you're in a relationship with someone where you have found the strength to push through. Now, a lot of people may say they shouldn't have to do that. If you love someone, love should be easier. But I'm here to tell you that relationships, as good as they are and as much as you learn from them and how beautiful they can be, there's a lot of dark times. And these are times where you may be experiencing a partnership illness, you may be experiencing your own illness, and you are stressed about whether this love is going to continue through these hard times. Now, on the staff, you have the 10 of air, the 10 of swords. Nice. That's your energy right now. The energy around you is the 7 of air. Those are swords. The hopes and fears are the tower. And the outcome in this energy is the 3 of fire, or the 3 of wands. And all these cards are going to reflect on the 6 of pentacles. That's what the Celtic Cross is all about. So there's a new beginning. There's a new beginning here. There's energy right now. You may be receiving some kind of message with that messenger of earth about a new beginning in a relationship. You may be sensing it with your high priestess here, another major arcana. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces may be involved. And I feel that you are giving up this stress here. The 10 of air is where you are right now. You're giving it up to spirit. You are prepared. You have the strength to handle any changes that come your way. You feel that this love story is continuing. You are looking at manifesting something that's equal, give and take. Your partner may be having difficulties with the 7 of air here, the 7 of swords. There may be some something on their part that is blocking this wheel from turning forward. But I feel like you are no longer going to worry about that. You're going to give and receive and go on with loving this person because you feel that this is what you need to do in order to be happy. So let's clarify a few things here. First, let's look at the bottom of the deck here. We have the Hierophant, and that is your energy, the Taurus energy. We'll put that up here. I feel like you're opening up your heart now, regardless of what changes come in. This could be someone who's dealing with a person that is ill, a person that has physical disabilities, a person that is a caregiver to their spouse or their partner. And the stress level has been so high that you've found the strength, possibly through using your intuition, doing meditation, keeping your faith, and finding the strength to balance the light and dark sides of yourself in order to continue to give and receive love from your partner. A tower may have already come in, but I feel like this is more about using the energy that you have found from the fortitude of your strength, Taurus, because we are strong. We are strong to the point where we will give so much of ourselves that we could find ourselves ill. We could find ourselves depleted. I feel like you're giving that up to spirit. You're giving up the stress. You have a lot of swords here, so you've been in your head a lot. The only pentacles you have here right now is the Six of Pentacles, and I don't see any cups. So although you have the High Priestess and here with, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, I feel like you've gone to your intuition. You know what makes you happy. You know that you want to give, but you also know you want to receive. So I feel like that's how the fortune is moving. The timing is right at this moment to believe in the new beginning and begin to manifest something that is good for you and this person that's involved in the relationship with you. No matter what happens, you know that you've done your best to give and to receive, regardless of, what type of love this person is giving you. It may not be what you were used to getting, but you are making a new trail here, and you are understanding that this is what this person in the relationship can give you at this time, and keeping a balance between the give and receive so that you take care of yourself. Okay, I understand that we have the Nine of Air as well here, and I do feel that there is a lot of stress could be a lot of stress, but trying to understand that this is all about the timing. And you may have had to go through a lot in the last decade. We did have Uranus and Taurus, so I would say the last 8 years we have with the Strength card, that's moving away from you now. That changes. There's been a lot of changes. And for a Taurus, that's pretty tough, but you've learned how to handle them. And you've given the stress up, and you're doing coming up with different methods on, how to handle that. I am curious. I'm not going to clarify all these cards, but I am curious in the Strength card. That's Leo energy. We have the Four of Wands right here, if you can see that. And the Hierophant card again. So you have used all of your energy here, your commitment, what you've learned. And there's the Six of Wands on the bottom of the deck. This is the Light Seer deck. So clarifying the Strength card is you have used everything in your coffers as far as the lessons that you have learned to take a more spiritual and Zen-like approach to giving and receiving when it comes to this relationship. And for all of us that are a little bit older, maybe have been in a long-term relationship, you're seeing the fortunes of and the results of how this has created a strong foundation for you. You're breaking some type of new trail here in this chapter of your life that's upcoming, this new beginning. And you're feeling victorious about it. Beautiful. We put up with a lot, but I don't think it's anything that we cannot handle. We understand about, the lessons we have learned at this point in our life, whatever mistakes we have made. Hopefully we have looked inside and learned from them. And you may be dealing with someone who's going through the same thing or who is not as fortunate. And you may be leading the way, breaking the trail here. I've got the Page of Wands wanting to pop up. Let's look at that page or that messenger of earth. Yeah, you found the strength to quit stressing about, you're walking away from maybe things, the give and receive when it comes to physical abundance. I feel that this is a time where you have a new beginning in emotional fulfillment. And this is the beginning of that, where you're feeling at this point in your life with a long-term partner that the emotional fulfillment is outweighing the physical abundance. Page of Cups, You may be dealing with a water sign who doesn't, may not believe. There may be some energy here where they're just starting to feel like this is a new beginning in love as well. Maybe they walked away from this energy in the past, didn't feel that they could participate, whether it be physically, emotionally, or mentally. But I do feel there's a new, with the page messenger of Pentacles and the page of Cups, that there's a new start, a new beginning in love. There's a second chance. You're getting a second chance. No matter what you've been through, you are getting a second chance in love. What can you tell us about the Wheel of Fortune? And this popped out, the Empress. Yes, you're coming up with new ideas. You're blazing a new trail. That's Taurus Libra energy. And you're manifesting the birth of a new love story here. You're creating this is not whatever you've been through in the past 10 years, 8 years with Uranus and Taurus. It is moving back a little bit here for a few months. I feel that you've learned the lessons with the Hierophant coming out twice, and you are creating and birthing new ideas. And you are feeling plentiful, you're feeling love, you're feeling unconditional love towards yourself and your partner. What else about that? Yeah, you have the Two of Swords. You have a decision here, or you've made a decision that it is all about timing. You're willing to push through, let the love come to you, give love, receive love, and gather your emotional abundance based on a lot of, I guess what I want to say is some Tauruses, myself included, I'm always giving, but I'm not really good at receiving. So letting the other person show their love for you, possibly in a new way now. Maybe it's different from what you've experienced in the past. We have the Ten of Air. I feel you're giving this up now. That you're done stressing out. You had the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Swords. You're done stressing. I feel like you are getting out of your head and into your heart. You've got the Seven of Swords and the Tower and the Three of Fire, Wands. Let's see what this energy is around you. Your environment is the Seven of Air, the Seven of Swords. I feel like the person in your partnership, in this love relationship, is dealing with some pain that needs to be released with the Seven of Swords. There's the Seven of Pentacles. Two sevens, sevens are about reflection, assessment, knowledge. They may be, I feel that they are looking back at what they've grown and how they feel about, the give and take. Maybe they feel that they have lost the ability to put the energy into this relationship. And there's your Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. Maybe in the past, I feel this person has felt left out, maybe both of you, that there was energy where you both had problems in this relationship. The person you're dealing with may not have been able to contribute as much as they wanted to. Again, this could be to being that we're in an older age, and I'm a higher adult, I'm a senior. You start out with passion and, when you're young, I was married when I was 19, and the love that you give and receive is not the same as when you're 65 and older. Although it's just as beautiful if you allow it to be and accept that we cannot all be, stud muffins the rest of our life. Personally, I feel it's harder for men than it is women. Although I'm sure a lot of you will say, have different opinions about that. But there is something about this energy here where this person in your relationship is really trying to grow something here, plant some seeds where they're able to now give and receive. Maybe they're feeling better. Maybe they're feeling better about the relationship. Maybe, it could be that this person has been in the past showing their love through financial abundance, and now being retired, if they are, they're not able to do the same, and this is affecting, their I want to say ego, but it's not that their ego's out of control, but they're finding out who they are, their identification of themselves, how they perceive themselves. What can you tell us about the Tower? And there's the Lovers, Gemini energy, and the King of Pentacles, Taurus, King of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel that this person truly loves you, and you truly love them. But there was a Tower on how they provided for you when it came financially or abundance-wise, and maybe that's how they showed their love in the past. But now you're getting a second chance to discover each other emotionally, and you may be becoming more vulnerable to each other, opening up a whole new path on how you relate to each other, which you couldn't do in the past. In the past, it might have been about money, sex, passion. And now you find yourself in a place where you're opening up your heart more, and you're getting a new perspective on this love story. What can you tell us about the Three of Fire? Yeah, you're overcoming obstacles. There's Cancer energy with the Chariot. And you're seeing that there can be a whole new story here for both of you. And I feel that you've both healed. The healing is still going on, but I feel as you heal, and there's the King of Cups on the bottom of the deck, as you get your emotions in balance, both of you, for whatever you've been through, there's a spirituality about this relationship that is bringing in happiness, the sun. You're stepping up towards, you're providing the new path. I do feel that in this relationship that you have discovered this spiritual awakening first. Could be that you were caregiver to your spouse or partner, and now that things are settling down, you're both in a good place, you're understanding more about each other, and you're opening up to each other. A beautiful second chance in love with the King of Cups. Okay, I do want to get a couple angel messages for you, Taurus. And these cards have all been pre-shuffled. I hope this has resonated. Again, if it has, it has. Pulled the wrong deck here. Please consider subscribing. It really helps me get the message out. And I'm going to be doing not only my regular readings, but I'm going to be doing a higher adult reading for those of us that are older and see things a little bit differently now that we are older. It changes the perspective of a lot of things. Okay, your first card is Athena. These are angel messages from Doreen Virtue. It is safe for you to be powerful. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. And that's where I feel that you have found the strength to show the way. You may be in this particular, if it resonates with you, you may be having to blaze the trail for your partner in order for them to, this may just be one lesson that you've learned, and in the future they'll be blazing the trail for you. And Akasha, you are a spiritual teacher. You have the ability to counsel others and help them awaken their spiritual gifts and divine life mission. And we had the Hierophant twice here, and that is I believe, once if you are going through a spiritual awakening, you are finding that is your power, Taurus, to help and teach others, to use your experiences to blaze new trails for others when they may be stuck. But I feel for this partnership, you have a whole new path, a second chance in love, and you're going to write a new story. This is Kat at Peace Tarot. Have a beautiful month of November. Enjoy.